Happy Wednesday. This is Mark Stark. That means it's time to talk about some JavaScript again. Today I want to talk about why is it generally a good idea to position CSS links between the head tags and the JS script just before the body. So we want to load everything in the head that we want to happen before uh, as have the page load. So we want our things to load quickly in the head. And so like CSS will load pretty quickly. It'll give uh, the visualization of the page so the user actually sees something. Other things in the body like photos or videos and things like that might take a little bit longer. And if they're put ahead of like the CSS scripts, uh, they might think like the user that the page is broken or something like that because nothing's getting on the page. So we want to just like definitely have the stylization on there, so at least the user has something to look at, and then you know that the other things are going to come later. Just like when you load a page like Facebook or something like that, sometimes the videos load after everything else is on the page. Next, what is closure and how might we use closure to our advantage? So closure is when you reference a variable that's described, that's defined. Uh, when you reference something that's outside its own lexical scope, so it's like if you have like a nested function, you're referring to something that's in its parent scope, or something that's available outside where this function is running. And an advantage of this is so you can have access to a value or a variable from a function that's already completed. So it's like if you say there was an add function in the parent, and you got a value from that, and then you're using it in a nested function or another function where you're multiplying with that value. Even though that add function is already run and completed and is gone, you still have access to that value that you can then use in this new function. And finally, why did I choose to learn JavaScript? I didn't choose to learn JavaScript. I chose Operation Spark. I had no idea what JavaScript was before Montegro. So there's only two real schools like this in the New Orleans area, and Operation Spark made more sense to me. The other one, actually, I couldn't even figure out where Tech Southwest, I think is the other one, where they were. Like, their website wasn't very good. But I started communicating with Operation Spark, and I seemed to like what was going on here. And so I came to Operation Spark, and they teach JavaScript. So that's why I chose to teach, to learn JavaScript.